Hey guys, Ultramaximus here with another Transformers review. This time I'm going to take a look at a Fall of Cybertron figure, Jazz. So he's my next figure in the New Generations line that I picked up, and you know, I have some misgivings about this figure, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. But first, let's take a look at the package. I really do dig the New Generations packaging. It's got, let's see if I can pick it up in the background here. It's got these nice lines you can see in the background, very reminiscent of the old G1 boxes. You know, that kind of style, that's really, really cool. You know, the old G1 artwork. And I like the logo is kind of going back to the, it's kind of halfway between the Bayformers Transformers logo and the old school. It really kind of looks like a chromed version of the old school logo, so that looks really, really nice. I'm really digging that. He looks very happy on the cover. Woo! And then, let's see what we got going on here. We've got Jazz in robot mode. There's a little photo of him in his vehicle mode, which is a piece of artwork. Autobots Jazz, Fall of Cybertron. It's Jazz. And then over here, Autobot Jazz. And over here, this is really cool. I like the Autobot logo, 01 series, number 002. I like the fact that they're starting to number those on the packages. I think that's kind of cool. And then, of course, it says Autobot, and that kind of nice little diagonal thing there. That's pretty awesome. Definitely digging that. Here's the back of the packaging. Looks pretty darn cool. Standard image of Jazz in robot. Jazz in vehicle. He kind of looks like Cup there for some reason to me. Let's see. Here is his bio. If you want to pause and read it, you can do so. See if I can get a little closer for you. Pause. Cybertronian mode, blasters included. This is another thing I like in this line. We've got his stats, very old school, like cutting out the back of the thing. Very, very old school. I'm really digging that. Looking at the bio and his stats here. His bio says, Autobot Jazz is gifted with flair for flexible thinking and improvisation, making him the ideal special operations commander for the Autobots. Optimus Prime entrusts him with the most sensitive missions, counting on his keen mind and natural leadership to accomplish even the most dangerous objectives, no matter what. Of course, in the old G1 cartoon, Jazz was his first lieutenant. So, yeah, pretty cool. I'm digging that. Now, let's see. What else? His stats. Strength is a 6. Intelligence is an 8. Speed is an 8, which is kind of interesting. He's not a little bit quicker. Endurance is a 6. Rank is an 8. I think that should be higher. It should probably be a 9. Courage is an 8. Fire Blast is a 5, and his skill is an 8. And I can see the Fire Blast being a 5 as he's got a little pea shooter kind of thing. So, I mean, he's pretty 8 across the board. I think he should be a little higher in rank. Other than that, everything else is probably pretty accurate. At the bottom of the box, we get, hey, Optimus and Shockwave are available too. Buy us. So, yeah, there he is. Now, let's get him out of the package and take a look at him in robot mode. Alright, so here we have Jazz in his robot mode. And I'm going to tell you, I'm disappointed in this figure. It just looks unfinished to me. It just doesn't look well done at all. It's almost there, but not quite. So here he is. First of all, I'm going to talk about his head. He's got a very strange head sculpt. I mean, the helmet looks fine. I really like the helmet. The problem is the helmet is blue, not black. That's terrible. Why didn't they paint that black? Why is it blue? And the other thing that bugs me is his visor is black. So they reversed his visor and his helmet, which is kind of messed up because on the packaging he has a glowing blue visor. Now he does have a blue helmet, but his visor glows blue. There's no light piping in this figure, and that's very sad. because this really could have used the light piping, because that visor would make for some awesome, awesome light pipe effects. And his just, I don't, these weird lines in his face. He kind of looks like he's going, it's like, woo, do you smell that? Yeah, that's unfortunate. Another unfortunate thing, I want you to look at this artwork. Look at the lights coming out of his headlights. There's lights under his chest piece there. There are lights coming out of his midsection. You know, nothing on this figure. Put some paint apps on those headlights up there. Put a light blue paint app here. Put those orangish, reddish paint apps down in there. It looks, I mean, there's a lot of detail there on this piece and up here, but there's no paint. It's just a bunch of white plastic and blue plastic, and that's very unfortunate. Also, I mean, his legs look really, really tiny compared to the rest of the body. They're just not bulky enough. He's got nice big bulky arms, big bulky chest and upper part, but his legs are like little wee tiny. Other things about this figure that are very strange. He doesn't look right without the doors, first of all, coming off, that Jazz should have. That's just very odd to me. Also, and this just kind of looks sloppy to me, the feet at the bottom are painted white. They're actually gray plastic that they painted white. Why didn't they just use the white plastic? I don't get it. And it looks sloppy, and it looks like something that an 8-year-old kid did. That's just really crappy. I don't like that. Now, another oddity, this is not really a complaint so much, but wheels, those are tires. They have treads, wheels, so 2, 1 up here, 4, and when we look, we have more wheels. He has 6 wheels, which is okay. However, I'm pretty sure the vehicle mode only has 4. If you're going to give the robot mode 6 wheels, give him 6 wheels in vehicle mode. It'd been cool. I would have liked to see the vehicle mode with 6 wheels. 6-wheel Jazz. Sure, why not? Yeah. Yeah. So sad. So what? Oh, what else I don't like about this? Look at that up there. That's just sad. It's so empty and nothing there. His head just... It's really sad, too, because his head sits on a lot of really detail on the neck down here. But it's connected to nothing. Why did it? I mean, this looks like it's unfinished. It looks like that head should pop forward or something and snap into place up here. Just kind of sad. Now, one thing that's kind of cool, it kind of looks like he's got a little heads-up view display that he can look down into. And that would have been nice if they would have done something with that. Put a little readout or something. That would have been kind of cool. Now, he doesn't have a lot of robot kibble on the back, so that's kind of nice. He's got very little on his backpack there. We've got his little thrusters that are tailpipes, I guess. Not really thrusters. So that's kind of cool. I do like the blue plastic. I do like that because it's not going to pick up with this crappy camera, but it's got kind of a silvery flake in it, which is kind of nice. It's got a kind of a metallic finish to it. And the tires, again, it's not going to pick up on this camera, but there's almost like a graphite look to it on that finish on the inside of the wheel, and the outside of the wheel doesn't have that, so that's very cool. Yeah, so those things are pretty darn cool. You know, even his gun, his little pea shooter, looks unfinished. I mean, there's this huge hole in the middle of it, and I'm not really sure why. I mean, give the gun some paint apps or something. I don't know. It's very sad. He does have some ratcheting arms, which are interesting. His hands don't really have any play except for going in, which kind of stinks. His head does move around a little bit, but it's limited. I mean, it's on a ball joint, but it's hard to get your hands or fingers in there. You know, he's got this way, this way. He's got ratchet joints on his knees too, which is interesting. His feet don't really move. He has no hip side-to-side motion or anything like that. So yeah, maybe with some paint apps this would look better, but all in all, kind of a disappointment. So let's take a look at him in, well, before we do that, let's compare him to Shockwave. How about we do that before we look at him? And so here he is next to Shockwave. Shockwave looks like a much better figure when you get these guys close up. I mean, this is a nice looking figure. I really dig this guy. This guy, not so much. So let's take a look at him in his vehicle mode, see if he's any better. Alright, so here we have Jazz in his Cybertronian vehicle mode. It looks okay. It's not bad. It looks very Cybertronian. I am really digging the blue piece up here. Kind of looks like armor. Could have been where the windshield goes. I do like the pipes coming up out of the back. I think that's very cool. Some nice detail with the black back there. Looks very nice. In fact, I think that's about the only real black on the figure. I like the side pieces. That nice shiny blue, and then it's got this nice detail in here. I'm not digging this giant hinge though. That looks pretty bad. And then back in here, this stuff back here, just by that wheel, it just looks real unfinished. I mean, it's all clicked into place. It just doesn't look very finished. I'm not digging that at all. I do like the wheels. I like how they've got the little red stripes on them. It'd be nice if they were a little brighter. Maybe instead of that red color, like a more orangish, maybe a metallic orange. That would be very cool. He's got some nice detail up in his grill and the headlights. Again, it just needs some paint apps. I like the big Autobot logo. His spoiler looks real nice. Looks very cool. It continues this nice race stripe going on there, so that looks pretty cool. And then we get to the back. Fail. Look at those hands just sitting there. That is just ridiculous. Why couldn't they put another piece just to kind of hang over there? I mean, that just, it looks sloppy and unfinished. I'm not digging that at all. And of course, we've got multiple little taillights here that are unpainted. Pretty typical. Yeah. Sad, sad, sad. Again, this is almost really cool, and it just misses the mark. And it's really sad because it's a great concept for the figure, and this is $15. I can't recommend this figure. Unless you're a Fall of Cybertron completist, that's the only reason that you would even buy this thing. Oh, we forgot. Let's put the little pea shooter on the vehicle. That's what he looks like. The weapon. Okay, whatever. And I thought maybe, you also have, and it's got these plugs on the sides to put the weapon, but he's only got the one weapon, and I don't like that. They're just these big ugly holes for no reason, really. Yeah, it's just kind of sad. And like I said, unless you're a, let's see, if you're a Fall of Cybertron completist, yeah, you might pick it up, but, or Jazz completist. Other than that, this is absolutely not worth the money. I feel a bit ripped off, actually. I think this is just a bad sculpt. It's just not executed right. It just looks, it's almost there, but it fails. And had this figure been, I don't know, $7.99 or $8.99, sure, I would accept it for what it is. But it's not. This is a $15 toy. This is a deluxe toy, and it's not worth the $15 in my opinion. So there it is. Unfortunately, I'm kind of saddened by it. But Jazz, Fall of Cybertron. Thanks for watching, guys.